Hi, I'm Keith. I'm from Linden, Washington.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Hi, I'm Dia, and I'm calling from Shenzhen, China.
Hi, and I'm Doug, and I'm calling from Abbotsford, Canada.
Hey, the topic of my presentation is banning laptops in college classrooms. And the reason I chose this is because there's been some litigation about professors banning laptops because kids or students are on the internet, they're online shopping, they're doing online trading. In fact, one professor was really shocked when she read in the newspaper that one of her students had lost thousands of dollars with online trading while sitting in her class. So I just thought it's an interesting topic when some colleges are demanding that you have laptops and even giving students laptops, and then on the other hand, professors are banning them in the classroom. So it was just an interesting topic to me, and that's why I chose it.
You're on.
Yeah, the trend that I took a look at in the first session was accreditation, and it was of interest to me for a variety of reasons. The first being that I have been through accreditation process now 3 times in 2 different schools, and we're getting ready to, by 2010, we'll go through another accreditation process. And it is a cumbersome process. Now,
Tying in, interestingly, to Dia's topic, I was looking at the digital divide in students, and I thought it was relevant to me because, for one thing, the ability to have access to technology is what lets us communicate in this kind of forum. So it's, I think, crucial for our particular cohort to be able to communicate, to have access to that technology. And also, as an elementary classroom, I see this a lot in terms of equity issues because I teach in a high SES school. So we have money from PTC to get computers and technology, and I have a smart board coming into my classroom for some next month, and we have Elmos and digital cameras and a lot of equipment that other schools in the district don't have because they're at schools where there isn't the same amount of financial resources available to them. So interesting to me because of that reason. Also at my school.
One of the things that I find really interesting is what constitutes good instruction. And one of the things that measures good instruction is summative feedbacks that are done at the end of the courses. Now, this is unique to higher education, and I often wondered why teachers in the K-12 system do not need to be assessed in the same manner that a professor in a higher education institution does. And the role of these instructional feedbacks, depending upon the perspective that they're taken from, have huge implications.
as I was researching the findings on accreditation and maybe some history on it, it dates back really as far back as 1895, the New England Association of Colleges and Secondary Schools. And really the purpose of the accreditation process back then was more based on finding common ground. What has changed over the years is that accreditation now becomes more of a way of identifying a school that has been set apart by criteria. What is that criteria? Well, it's as varied as the number of accrediting bodies that exist in the United States.
A good majority of professors don't really appreciate they don't mind the use of laptops in their classroom if the kids are truly taking notes or maybe looking up, maybe somebody mentioned a subject that they're not familiar with, and they look that up on the internet. And so many of the professors have banned laptops in the classroom. On the other hand, professors and students also say, hey, if the classes were interesting enough and entertaining, I wouldn't want to surf the web. I wouldn't want to email my friend. If you have me so engaged, and I think Keith was saying this in his presentation, you have to be engaged in your instruction. In other words, let's make it not only entertaining, but valuable to the students. If it's not valuable, then is there really anything to listen to?
And that report has shown that there have been huge strides made in increasing internet penetration in all levels of the country. So they're looking at people using the internet at different socioeconomic backgrounds, people using the internet that are of different racial configurations or different educational backgrounds, and but it's still low at like 18.9% of African Americans using the internet at home. So although there is growth, it's small, but and it does make them think that the ability to become to lessen that divide is there. I did research George Fox University, and George Fox has a laptop program where they give laptops out to all undergraduate students because they feel that having that internet access and that laptop to use as a resource in terms of taking notes and writing reports, etc., is very important.
So there's three factors. There's the administration, the teacher's reaction, and the students. They're all trying to create their own little spin on instructor feedback. One of the comments was that students are totally unqualified to assess the crucial features of instruction. Well, GFU, for an example, you go to their website. They talk about how they're rated as one of the best small colleges based on student feedback. Now, one of the things that are interesting is students who do not feel that their comments are being acted upon because of lack of interest by the administration or total disbelief by the faculty are turning in great numbers to places like Rate My Prof. And students want good instruction, and in a very simple form, Rate My Prof has captured and reflects the student's voice.
You've done some research on George Fox University on professor evaluation, and I'm just wondering, how serious does the administration look at those professor evaluations? Do they really use them to base their decisions on what classes the professors teach? Do they use those in knowing, maybe this professor is not doing that great a job? How do they use those?
Keith, what about those institutions that want to create their own accreditation bodies just so that they can be accredited?
It was a good question.
Jenny, at what point does it become acceptable to have a percentage? You're always going to have people who don't have something. So why are we worrying about it?
It is. You can't believe how time consuming it is. It takes a good 2-3 years to really. Well, I think banning laptops in the classroom has to be an individual decision. I'm glad that the universities taking it in stride and making one basic policy and I'm glad that they left it up to individual professors. Having laptops in the classroom is very valuable. This is not 1950. We need technology, and we need to learn how to include it to make our presentation more interesting.
Basically, with accreditation, if an institution is going to take advantage of an accreditation process, they will benefit. They will identify who they are, what their goals and objectives are, and they will not only benefit themselves, but they'll benefit the constituency that they serve.
We have a strong mandate as teachers to really be working with our students to get them prepared to be technologically fluent in our society. So if a goal is to prepare kids to be vocationally and academically prepared to continue on in their lives, then we really need to be looking at how are we integrating technology. Can we provide resources for students to get used to using computers and technology so that they're able to be successful contributing members of adult society?
One of the implications that I think there is concerning instructor evaluations is that administration has to be very transparent with faculty as to why they want to collect this data. For faculty, they have to be very aware that students have a voice and they are a good judge of good quality instruction.
Okay, this is Dia Gary signing off from Shinsen. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Yep, and this is Keith Lambert signing off from Linden. Thank you for listening in.
This is Jenny saying thanks for listening to us, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
And this is Doug from Canada. So thank you very much for joining us, and see you next time.